Nice to see you all منور in today's session. Inshallah, I hope you will like it. Okay, let's share our video about the first part is about pronunciation, which I think is a very important part for all of us. I hope you like it and enjoy it, inshallah. And please tell me when you can hear the sound, okay? So
And we'll
I
have a little
will.
test at the end. Okay, so hello and welcome back to Easy English with James. Today we're going to have a look at the letter E. This is a special letter because it's the most common letter in all of English. And there are more ways to pronounce the letter E than there are ways to pronounce any other letter in English. So if you want to know exactly how to pronounce this letter and you want to master your pronunciation, stick with me as we learn all about the letter E. Okay, so the letter E. It's a vowel letter. The vowels in English are A, E, I, O, and U. The letter E is the second vowel letter in English after the letter A. If you want to learn more about the letter A, check out my video up here, okay? The letter E is a vowel letter that is actually the most common letter in all of English. So it's super important, maybe the most important letter for you to learn. Actually, in English, 13 or 14%, between 13 and 14% of all English writing is just the letter E. That means if you read a book or a newspaper, 13% of the letters is just the letter E. Okay, it's the letter E is everywhere. Nearly every word in English contains a letter E. Okay, it's really, really important. So, how many ways do you think there are to pronounce this letter? Have a think, and today we're going to go through all of those different ways and I'll give you advice on your pronunciation. We'll talk about some vocabulary that you can use, some really long words, some crazy words, and hopefully by the end of this lesson you'll know all of the different ways to pronounce this and we'll have a little test at the end. Okay, so let's start with number one. Okay, so number one, nice and easy to start with. The letter E obviously can be pronounced E. This is how it is pronounced in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. E. We make this sound, watch closely, E. E. Your lips widen a little bit and your tongue sort of hovers. E. 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 Sometimes people call this the long E, but don't always use that because it doesn't have to be very, very long. It can be E, 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 okay? But the important thing is that your mouth gets wide. E, E, E. We find this in really common words. It's very important because it's found in super common words like he, or she, or we, or me. And also the verb to be. Okay? Practice with me. He, she, we, me, and to be. To be. Okay? If you want to practice that better or faster, try going through all of them. He, she, we, me, be. He, she, we, me, be. He, she, we, me, be. Okay? And you'll get that sound really, really natural. Really, really natural. Okay? We can also pronounce the letter E as E in words where it is a stressed syllable. So take a look at the word female. Female. Okay, female, the stressed syllable is the first part of that word, fee. And you can see the letter E there, that's the stressed part, E. So often in many words in English, when the E is the stressed part, we pronounce it E. Take a look at evening, 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 okay, and female, and even secret, secret. Okay, female, secret, evening. In those words, one syllable is stressed. The syllable with the letter E at the beginning is stressed. So we pronounce it E. Be careful because there are many exceptions to this rule. But in many words, when the E is stressed, we pronounce it E, okay? You'll also find this pronunciation of the letter E in words like Chinese or Vietnamese or Japanese, okay? ESE, any word with ESE, that ESE is pronounced ease, ease, okay? This is because of something called magic E. Don't worry, magic E we're going to look at the end of today's lesson. But for now, look at words like theme and scene. You can also see they have E, then a consonant, and then another E. That final E is called magic E, okay? And that's one of the reasons why we pronounce these E, Japanese, Chinese, okay? Vietnamese, and theme and scene, okay? Practice those words. We also pronounce the letter E as E in Greek words. That means words in English that come from the ancient Greek language, okay? Words like Hercules, you know the really famous strongman? Hercules, Hercules, okay? But also plurals of Greek words. So the single word oasis, if you change that to the plural, which means many of, you just add es, oases. Same with crisis becomes crises, and thesis becomes theses, okay? That es on the end of words here is always pronounced ease, ease, because they're taken from Greek, okay? So practice Hercules, Hercules, and theses, and crises, and oases. Also, we often pronounce the letter E as E in words where it appears next to an A. So the letters EA together. If you look at words like jeans, jeans, or meat, 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 or even teacher, 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 teach, okay, and reach. That EA here together is pronounced as the E, E, okay? So practice with me. Teacher, teach, jeans, a nice pair of jeans, and meat, meat, okay? This is the same when we have two letter E's together, E, E, in words like free. Everybody loves free stuff, right? Free, and agree, agree, and the animal, bee, okay? Bzz, the buzzing bee. Bee, agree, and free. So when you see words with two E's together, it's normally pronounced long E sound. E, agree, be, and free. Sometimes when you see the letters E and I together, E and then I, in words like protein, protein, ceiling, ceiling, and receipt, receipt, okay? When you go to buy something, you will get a receipt. The E before the I is sometimes, not always, be careful because there are many exceptions, sometimes E before I is also pronounced E in English. E. The best way to learn this is to listen to each new word, okay? Ask a native speaker or look up on an online dictionary for the sound of each word when you learn it. So you know, is this EI pronounced E or not? Okay? So, protein, ceiling, and receipt. Receipt. Okay? Also, we can turn it around. Instead of the E before the I, we can put the I before the E. And that combination of letters is also pronounced E in words like peace, peace, and briefcase. Briefcase. When you go to work, you carry a briefcase. Also, in the word believe, believe, you'll see the final syllable there, leave, is I-E-V. So I-E-V-E. Believe, believe. Okay? So, E before I can be pronounced sometimes E, and also I before E can sometimes be pronounced E too. Okay? Believe, peace, and briefcase. Finally, there are some special words in English where E is at the end of the word and it's pronounced E. Usually, they're words that are borrowed from other languages, especially Japanese. So words like karate, karate, or karaoke, karaoke, both of those end in E, but they're borrowed from another language. So we put the E at the end as a E sound, okay? Practice again, karaoke, karaoke, and karate, karate. Okay, so let's try some practice sentences with this pronunciation of the letter E. She is free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling. She is free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling. Practice.
So, who can practice this sentence?
Okay, can I?
Yes, Hanan. Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, thanks a lot. She is
You're
free
welcome.
to believe there is a bee on the ceiling.
That's great. Another one?
Okay, may I?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. She is free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling.
Excellent. Okay. Can you remember how many cases are there for pronouncing letter E as an E? He mentioned about
5.
8 or 9. Okay. Can you remember?
8.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
What?
I think 8.
Okay, we're gonna mention them or count them. So, okay. So what is the first case to pronounce letter E as an E? Do you remember the first case?
Maybe
With
double
the-
E.
The first case was with short to pronounce like as an A, as in the example. He, she,
we,
me, be. Excellent. What about the second? Yeah, that's right. What about the second case?
Double
It
E.
was
the stress
no,
syllable.
it was with magic E or with stressed
Yes,
syllables
yes,
like
yes.
as
Magic
in
E.
Japanese, Portuguese, and Chinese.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, and also with some words with magic E, which end with E consonant plus E. Okay, like seen and seen.
بس
Okay.
سيب سطر بعد كل واحد.
Yes.
سيب سطر من غير ارقام لا من غير ارقام.
Also, there is another case like some words with EA. Can you give examples of some words with EA? EA,
Meat.
team,
Meat.
meet, yeah,
Teacher.
teacher, preach, yeah, and so on. The fifth case was with double E, as in
Yes.
double T, as in, yeah, be, tree, yeah, yeah, okay. The sixth case was in words with EI,
Yes.
as in,
CI.
as
Protein.
in,
Receiving.
protein,
Receive.
yes,
Receive.
receiving, receipt, yes, and receive, okay. It was vice versa with words with IE, as in, peace,
Briefcase.
yeah, excellent, briefcase, believe, that's right, okay. The eighth case was some Greek words like, do you remember?
Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules, that's right.
Hercules.
Yeah, what else? Yeah, what else?
Oasis.
Only her. Yeah. Some Greek words like oasis, the plural oasis, crisis, crises, and thesis, theses. That's right. The ninth case was some borrowed words from other languages like karate and karaoke. Okay. Yeah. So how many cases for pronouncing letter E as an E? 9 cases, okay? So again, here is an example of a whole sentence with some of the cases. She is free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling, okay? So let's go ahead and you can write the main points or the important points in a notebook
Can
or
you
a
send
piece
the
of
link of the video, please, on the WhatsApp group?
paper. I'll send you the whole video itself. Okay, yes, Hanan,
Thanks a
sure.
lot. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, my
With me.
dear friend. It's
She
a
is
pleasure.
free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling. Your turn.
Your turn. Another last one to pronounce this sentence. Who's
Yes.
ready? Okay, yes, go ahead.
She's free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling.
That's right, exactly. Wonderful. Okay.
Okay, she is free to believe there is a bee on the ceiling. You'll see all of the different spellings in that sentence. And hopefully, the more you practice that sentence, you'll be able to get a good feel for when we pronounce the letter E as E. Okay? You can also try this sentence. We see Chinese jeans on the beach. We see Chinese jeans on the beach. Okay, practice with me. We see Chinese jeans on the beach.
Who's ready? Who's ready?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
we
sure.
see
Go ahead.
Chinese jeans on the
We
beach.
see Chinese jeans on the beach.
Great. Another one. Yes.
We see
Chinese jeans on the beach.
That's right. And the faster you pronounce it, the perfect you'll be, inshallah. Okay.
Your turn. Okay, well done. Let's have a look at the next way that we can pronounce this letter. Okay, the next way that we can pronounce the letter E in English is as an E. 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 Watch closely, my jaw goes down. E. 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 You'll know this from words like egg. Okay, this one is really simple to remember. The letter E is pronounced E very often in words that end in the letter E and then a consonant. So look at the word get. You've got the letter E and then a consonant. The word met or bet or set, or even longer words like hotel, hotel. They all have the letter E followed by a consonant at the end of a word. Okay, there are exceptions to this rule too, of course, in English, but a good rule to remember is that if you see the letter E followed by a consonant and it's at the end of a word, especially short words like bet, met, set and let, it's usually pronounced E. 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 Okay, practice with me. Hotel.
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 Get.
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 Set.
Set. Set.
Met.
And met. Met. Okay, well done. You'll also see the letter E pronounced E in words where you see the letter E followed by a consonant and then another vowel. So look at the word exit. Exit. You've got the letter E, then you've got a consonant, X, and then you've got another vowel, I. Okay, exit. Look at the word never or ever or level. Okay, all of these words have the letter E followed by a consonant followed by another vowel. Sometimes it's another E, like in never or ever or level. Okay, when you see that, often in English it's pronounced never, level. Okay, ever. Well done. Also, you'll find this in words where the letter E is followed by TH. Okay, things like weather, as in whether it rains or not. Okay, and together, together. They both have the letter E followed by TH. Together, weather. Okay, often in words like that, the letter E is pronounced E. Other exceptions where we also pronounce the letter E as E are words like else, and center. Okay, both of these have that E pronunciation. Also, the letter E can be pronounced E in words with EA again. Remember, before EA was pronounced E? Well, in English, EA can also be pronounced E. Okay, so EA in words like dead, dead, or bread, or breakfast. Okay, in dead, you can see the letter E followed by the letter A. Again, EA. But this time, it's not pronounced E. This time, it's pronounced E. There's a really good example of this with the word read. Read in the present tense is I read a book. But in the past, it's I read a book. But the spelling is exactly the same. I know, English can be a little bit crazy sometimes. But I read in the present and I read in the past. So EA can be pronounced E or E. And in many, many cases, EA is pronounced E. Try these words.
Weather.
Weather. Weather. Head. head, dead, and breakfast. Breakfast. Practice
Weather.
with me. Weather. Weather.
Head.
Head. Head.
Dead.
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 Breakfast.
And breakfast. Breakfast. All have that
sound.
pronunciation. Try these practice sentences with the letter E as Every hotel breakfast I have in bed. Every hotel breakfast I have in bed. Okay? Lots of...
Who can practice this sentence? Who's ready? Wake up, please. صح.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Every hotel breakfast I have in bed.
Wonderful. Another one. Thank you. Another one.
Every hotel breakfast I have in bed.
That's great. Thank you. Another one.
Every
Yes.
hotel breakfast I have in bed.
Yeah, and I hope so to have breakfast in bed. Exactly. Thank you and well done. Okay. So can you
Never
mention?
happens.
That happens sometimes. Okay. Can you mention how many cases do we pronounce letter E as a sound? And focus, please. Can you remember how many cases till now? Okay, let's count together. The first case is if the word ends with E plus a consonant, as in egg, get,
Get. Bed.
met, yeah, bet,
Bet.
set,
Bet.
yeah, hotel.
Hotel.
Okay, yeah. The second case with the if the word ends with E plus consonant plus a vowel, as in exit, never. You remember?
Ever.
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 Yeah.
Level.
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 Yeah, that's right. The third case was if the word has E plus TH or TH sound, like weather.
Weather.
Together.
Together.
But of course, always we have exceptions because English is crazy, as you know, like in else and center. These are exceptions, okay? And in other words, if E is followed by A, it is pronounced as an F sound, as in some words like, do you remember? Dead,
Bread.
hotels, bread, excellent,
Bread.
exactly. Yeah, and
Breakfast.
breakfast, that's right, and break, of course. And because, as you know, English is crazy and weird sometimes, it is sounds as an E and F in only one verb, like read. Yeah, read. If you pronounce it in the present time, I read a book now, or I read a book, it's E, and the past of read is read. It's a sound, okay? So we have to train ourselves or practice a lot to be familiar with exceptions in the, especially with pronouncing the sounds, and to train our students and learners as well to be perfect at pronouncing and speaking English, okay? So are you ready to complete the video? Let's complete and go ahead.
Words with
Okay.
with the letter E
Yes,
pronounced
okay.
One more time. Every hotel breakfast I have in bed. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Number 2 is get to the exit or else you'll be dead.
Get to the
Get
exit
to the
or
exit
else
or
you'll be
else
dead.
you'll be dead. Okay? Get to the exit or else you'll be dead. Number 3 is the bread gets wet in bad weather. The bread gets wet in bad weather. Try and say this one as fast as you can. The bread...
Who's ready?
Yes.
Who's ready? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
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 Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah.
The bread. The bread. Yes.
Yes. Yes. You
So,
can.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. The bread gets wet in bad weather.
that's a great. Faster. Another one, but
The
faster
bread
this time.
gets wet in bad weather. The
That's
bread
great.
gets wet in bad
Yeah,
weather.
another faster one. Yeah, faster. Another faster and faster.
The
Yes, go
bread
ahead.
gets wet in bad weather.
Yeah. Have you noticed the difference each time we pronounce it faster? It becomes more easier and clearer. So it's the same with our learners. We have to train them to speak slowly at the beginning or very slow. After that, they get faster and faster and faster till they are familiar with pronouncing a whole sentence together. So the bread gets wet in bad weather, the bread gets wet in bad weather, and so on. Okay, let's complete.
Bread gets wet in bad weather. The bread gets wet in bad weather, and you'll get a really good feel for that sound. Okay, practice with me. The bread gets wet in bad weather. Okay, the next way, number 3, the third way that we can pronounce the letter E in English
And please try to focus because I'm going to ask you to make a summary about the whole 3 sounds. Today, inshallah, we will only take or listen to only 3 cases of pronouncing letter E or the sound E. Okay, so please focus to know who's focusing. Okay.
Okay, it's a really relaxed sound. We start with our mouth in the same position that you make the schwa sound in English, the But this time we make it a little bit longer. Make sure you're vibrating your vocal cords. Imagine it's trying to continually push that sound out of your mouth. Not but okay? Okay? We pronounce the letter E as in really common words like her and were and person. Okay? You'll notice that E and R together, E and R in her or were or person or even verb. The E and the R together usually means that that is pronounced So if you see a word with ER, like refer, you see the ER and you know it's pronounced Practice with me.
Person.
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 Verb.
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 Her.
Her. And
Were.
were. Well done. Also, in words where you see the letters E, A, and R together, you'll love this. E-A can be pronounced in so many ways in English. This time, E, A, and R together is pronounced So in words like Earth, we all live on
Earth.
planet Earth. Earth. E-A-R here is pronounced So if E-A-R is pronounced then words like learn, learn, and early, okay, early. Also words like search, okay. E-A-R is often pronounced Practice with me. Earth. Earth. Make sure you get that TH sound at the end of the word earth. Earth. Then search. And then learn. And early. There are also some loan words from French that have really weird spellings in English. So words that are a little bit longer that you see ending in E-U-R. They're not common words in English. They're very rare. But these are words that English has borrowed from French. Words like saboteur. And you can see that T-E-U-R, ter, is pronounced ter with that sound. So EU here is pronounced saboteur. Other words like this are connoisseur. You can be a connoisseur of wine. And one of my favorite words in English, because it's really difficult to pronounce, is entrepreneur. Okay? Entrepreneur. Okay? What does entrepreneur mean? Write that in the comments below if you know the answer. What is an entrepreneur? Okay? But remember, E-U-R on the end of those words is also pronounced in English. E equals Practice this sentence with me to practice that pronunciation of the letter E. Her search of the earth for the perfect person. Her search of the earth for the perfect person. Okay? Her, got that E-R, search, E-A-R, earth, EA again,
Earth.
and perfect person.
person.
Her search of the earth for the perfect person. Practice with me. Her search of the earth for the perfect person. Your turn.
Yes, your turn. Who can practice? Who's ready? Nobody's ready. Okay. Her search of the earth for the perfect person. Okay. Who can read it?
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Her
sure.
search
Go
I can
ahead.
read it.
there for the perfect person.
Okay, another one.
Perfect person.
Can you hear me?
Great. Sure, I'm listening. Yes,
And I'm sure I'm practicing.
sure. Yes, go ahead. Yes, a male and another and a female. Okay.
Her search of the earth for the perfect person.
Great. Another
Yes.
one. Yes. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
It's difficult.
Sure. Wallahi, I'm hearing you. Sure.
بجد.
Yes, I did.
Her search of the earth for the perfect person.
Are you Amira?
Yes.
I got you.
I
Caught
got
you. Finally. Okay, great, Amira. So, what is the
أخيراً.
third case? Yeah, how do you pronounce E in the third case? It's yeah, as
yes.
in, yes, in
Learn.
some words with, yeah, who can tell
Early.
me?
Search.
E plus
As in her.
her, yeah,
E-A-R.
were, what else?
Mm.
Person, verb, and prefer.
Earth.
Yeah, and some words EAR, as in earth. Yes, that's right. Learn, early, search. Okay, and so and also with some French words. Of course, they are strange for us as English teachers or as teachers of English. So, like if it ends with EUR, as in saboteur, connoisseur, and entrepreneur. It's really difficult.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's
Entrepreneur.
right. Yeah, you're really amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. Sure. So, and I want you to know, try to search the meaning of this word. Okay. So, how many cases
رجل أعمال.
have?
رجل أعمال.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. Okay. So, how many cases of pronouncing letter E till now? We have learned it 3 cases. Okay. Do you remember the first one? The first one, it is
Yes.
pronounced as E sound, as in, who can mention them quickly? Do you remember?
The first one, I think, with
Get,
he,
met, sit,
Yeah, short to
bit,
pronounce. He, she, me,
we, be,
we. Yeah, that's right. The second case was magic E, and as in words with ESE, like. Do you remember the examples quickly?
Chinese,
Chinese, yeah. Portuguese,
Portuguese,
Chinese,
Vietnamese, yeah, that's
Vietnamese.
right. And in some words like theme and scene. The third case was stressed with some stressed syllable. Like, do you remember?
female,
Yeah,
Secret.
excellent. Female, evening, that's right. And after that, we talked about EA together. Some words with EA, we pronounce them as E. Yeah, as in
meet,
tea, meet,
Teach.
Teacher.
teacher, teach, reach, that's right. And in words with double E,